In this demonstration, we're going to create a simple table. We're going to set primary keys, create secondary keys, and then add data to the table. This table is going to contain information on different vehicles, different cars, transmissions, data manufacturer, and so on. The data here comes from Microsoft's Cronus International demonstration data. So initially, we've gone into the object designer, as you saw on the previous slide, and we've pressed the new button to create a new table. We're now in the design table list, and in here we can specify the name of the fields and also the code data type that we're going to use: code, integer, text, and so on. Now you'll notice that the transmission field is set as an option field. We won't be able to save this table and populate it with data until we also populate the list for the transmission options. So at the end of this section, once we've added in all of the fields, we're going to go back and we're going to add in the specifics for the list before we save this table. I've cheated slightly in that I've attempted to save first. It will error, or rather give me an alert to say I still need to continue to fill out the option list, but should remember the name of the table and allow me to save afterwards. I've set also maximum data lengths of 20 characters for code and 50 characters for text. A code data type simply is text that is treated as code and can be executed. Okay, so here I've selected the option field, and now I'm going to go into the property inspector for this field, and you'll notice an option value in which you'll be able to put in the specific data for it. Option string. We're going to set automatic, 4-speed and 5-speed as our three options for this list. So as you can see, we're trying to save within the ID range that we're allowed to. Our custom ID range is in the 90,000 range, but we are limited as to the number of tables that we can produce with the demonstration license. This is the error message I mentioned earlier on. This is because we have yet to populate the option string for the options list. So as you can see, we've selected the option string and we're populating it with our three values. Please note not to use spaces in between each of these, so it's automatic, comma, and straight into the next one. Now you'll notice, because I've already given the ID and name, I simply just needed to press file and save, and it has allowed me now to save and go back to the object designer. So going back into the designer, I'm now going to go to the key section where we can specify the primary key. That is the field we're going to use to sort the data. In our case, we're going to select two fields, model, then serial number. What this will do is it will put the records into a specific order, and we'll view the data in that order as well. If we want to view the data in another order, you can create a different set of primary keys and swap over to use those instead. Now we're opening the table in normal data entry mode, and effectively, as you can see, we have a dynamic form. This is in the front end of Dynamics NAV where we can add data to the table. Note that the date of manufacture is in day, then month, then year, short date format. On the examples in the book, we're using the American coding system, So dates are actually the opposite way around, month, then day, then year. Okay, so now that we've completed entering the data to the table, we're going to create a secondary key. So going back into the back end and into the object designer and table design for this table. We'll select the table, design, and then we're going to view our keys. On the second row, just simply add the next set of keys that we're going to search by. So in this case, we're going to select date of manufacturing and then transmission. Date of manufacturing first, and then a subset would be the transmission. Save the table, come back into the front. And now on the front end, you'll notice a sorting field in the top left where we can specify which key set to use. The default will always be the topmost in the row. You can swap these around in the back end, but we do have the option to be able to do this. This completes the demonstration.